Hello everyone, welcome to Blue Ring Rumble 9. I am Yeson and I am joined, well, why don't you introduce yourself?
G'day everyone, my name is Ados with a Y, no longer an I know, pretty controversial. I'm Ados the boss, you can call me Ados or you can call me Aiden, I don't really care. Yeah, this is my first time doing an official commentating gig, so I do hope I get a decent reception and I hope I can please you all as a exciting commentator. Thank you very much.
Very good. Alright, well, we have our bracket live and ready to go. It looks like we've got a 4-team Rumble today. And these teams are going to be playing through double elim as always with our preset map list. So we've got some pretty fun games to show you over the next presumably 2 hours or so.
I hope it's 2 hours. A lot more action.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, very good. Alright, so we are just waiting on our first match assignment. The teams that we have in the event today, we've got some interesting names. We've got Puke Squad, we've got Calomnie, I think. There's Splatoon 2 Bath Ball. That might be the whole name, there might be more of it. Battlefield doesn't like to show you the full team name. And we've got Meow, I'm a cow, which is a lovely reference. And it looks like we do have our first match assignment as well. Looks like we're going to be watching Splatoon 2 Bath Ball versus Puke Squad first up.
Yeah, Puke Squad is my pick to win this. I don't care if they're seeded last. With a name like that, there's no way you can lose.
Love the confidence. And we do have our map list as well. I can't get it up on screen just at the moment, but Eidos, you could just let us know what our first 3 maps are while we get that sorted.
Okay, so we are in winners round 1, obviously as the tournament's just started. This will be a best of 3. The first match will be Tower Control on Mako Mart, then it will be Splat Zones on good old Marlin Airport, and finally Rainmaker on the newly reworked Undertow Spillway. Maybe we'll see some pushes up on that recently removed rubber ramp.
Oh yeah, they have done a recent rework to Undertow. Got a nice little cubby house to hide in on either side of mid now, which is nice.
Bit disappointed, there's no pole in the middle. What they've done, they're throwing the rework.
They did an anti-pole. It was they put a hole in. Hole is better than pole.
I guarantee you that's only for tower control. Like it's only there just so the tower can just dig into the floor and so it can gain a bit of elevation.
I don't know if the hole's there on tower control, is it? It actually might not be. I know there were quite a few variants.
I think it might, because yeah, don't take my word on it, but it might just go up that little bit at the start, like the first 2 points. But who knows? It might not be, and I am just absolutely like baffled.
I mean, it's still new. We're all getting used to it. It's a very interesting rework. Definitely, I think more positive than negative. I'm pretty happy with the state of it. It's definitely created a lot more interesting dynamics around mid.
I definitely agree. Big fan of the little post just under the sniping area on the top glass. Because let's be real, that was where the zones were. That area was way too cut off. You could just throw an ultra stamp down there or just run down with an ultra stamp. Dynamo Roller was actually pretty good if you were just holding that whole alleyway, because its kill range definitely isn't the best in Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. As in referring to Splatoon 1, but when it's on zones, Dynamo is pretty lethal, especially if you play aggressive Dynamo, which is definitely not the more favored way of playing it, because people like to play Dynamo as if it is that I'd say hybrid midline backline cooler. But I know people who can play aggressive Dynamo, and it really does work on Undertow if you're good with it.
Alright, yeah, well, I mean, we're starting off here with Tower Control Mako Mart. We've got some players that some of the Oceanic community might recognize on these teams. Specifically, I'm looking at, we've got Rigby, Pepsi. I'm trying to figure out who's on which team, because these teams obviously not standard teams that are run a lot of the time, but looks like the Puke Squad is running with Oh, these names could be fried, actually. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. We're just going to have a look at that map list while we wait for these players to get ready. We're only waiting on one player, and we're going to be able to get started.
I'm gonna
sitting in a good place.
I'm gonna give myself the challenge of trying to pronounce these names after my bracket loads. Battlefield is not very good on my laptop. Doesn't like it very much.
That's all right. These things happen. I think the main thing is going to be making sure we've got the Alpha and Bravo correct, because I'm not guaranteed to have that right. I think I do.
Right,
like,
yeah.
if the host is... If I know which team the host is on, that's usually the best way to do it.
I agree. Normally it is one of the like the team captains that make it. But,
while we have a moment, I want to talk a bit about Marlin Splat Zones, because it's the second game of this round, and it is something that I haven't seen played a lot competitively yet. In your opinion, what is the current state of Marlin Splat Zones? How are our players going to be approaching this one?
Well, the thing with Marlin is the fans on where the snipe area is and that little grey on the checkered red-white poles, those areas are absolutely crucial to winning on a Splat Zones game, especially because Splat Zones is that lockout mode. You need a secure mid, make sure there's no squid beacons, so Wiper Deco, maybe. It's kind of a horizontal map when it hits that mid area. Obviously, the other fans on the side, on the drop downs, those are also very horizontal, so you could play around that. But yeah, you got to mid, and then as soon as you secure mid, and after you cap zone, you have to have at least one or two frontline and support or midline up on the enemy's fan, so you can lock out them for as long as you can. Like even maybe Gold Dynamo Roller or NZAP 87, I think it is, the orange zap with Chumps. It opens. Super Chumps is pretty suppressive on Marlin Airport and other maps with small spawn areas, because the Super Chump AoE it's pretty big compared to other specials. I don't think there's any other special that we've ever seen in the trilogy that is kind of like it.
Yeah, not really. I'm trying to think, like Inkstorm has a bit more, but it's hard to lock it into one area, so it kind of doesn't have that utility. Yeah, that's a very interesting take on that, and I do like that it is very flanker friendly. There are lots of paintable walls around those fan platforms as well, depending on your game mode. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a great assessment. I don't really have anything else to add to that.
Well, that is mainly the goal of Splat Zones. As soon as you're playing Splat Zones, all you need to do is get that zone, get like 2 to 3 down, and push up to normally the plat or snipe area, and then maybe get a Ninja Squid Roller, get a shot lurking somewhere, or have a Snipe Rider just in mid, just absolutely just spamming shots all over to paint for those front lines, and just take the other team by surprise and just suppress them for the whole time that zone's going on. And if you do get taken out and they get zoned, you have enough time to come back and build up more specials, get those Super Chumps, get those Tacticalers, Inkzookas, whatever you might need, because Splat Zones is, let's be honest, it's probably the best mode in the game. It's a real skill.
For PvP lovers, I would agree. As someone who likes tactically, like, objective-based gameplay, it's not my cup of tea, but, you know, there's something for everyone.
This is just in my personal opinion, but lockout game modes in any game, like in Overwatch, there's Capture the Point. I love lockout game modes because it really shows your team has a true, like it shows that you would, I'm trying to find a word here, like withstood the test of skill.
Right, yes.
And you've
to keep up that constant force, you've got to be always outplaying, always extending, always alert. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very impressive. Oh, well, our game is starting, so we're going to move through to our gameplay now here.
Awesome.
Here we go. Alright, so your alpha team is Splatoon 2, Bath Ball. We've got Puke Squad as the Bravo. Walk us through our weapons. What are we looking at?
Alright, so on the team of Orange, I don't actually know which team's alpha, which team's Bravo. But on Orange team, we have NZAP. I think that's normal roller. We have the Kraken leader and the shot, so pretty basic, pretty metacomp. You got the cooler, you got the Kraken. The Kraken, obviously, for a Kraken cheese on the tower. And then the cooler's just cooler. Roller, pretty good on tower control, just in general, because it's a roller and fall off is ridiculous in whatever game. and obviously you got the Zuka, because the splatter shot things. And as I'm saying this, the Zuka goes out, and it takes out the pencil, which is incredibly important.
Oh yeah, this has been a really good forward push here. We've got, Splatoon 2 basketball using the tower to take that easy access to the opponent plat. Just really shutting down the Puke squad. This isn't feeling like the most balanced of matchups so far.
Correct. You see on the other team, they do have T-Tech, Pencil, I think that's Perry Doolies and Junior, so very... really the only true meta weapon on this team would probably be Sniper Rider, and that will ultimately get them KO'd.
Yeah, I mean, a very impressive score there. That's Tower Control Mako Mart. Usually, once you clear that first checkpoint, things start to steamroll a bit, but that was a bit faster than I would have normally expected. Clearly, very skillfully coordinated by that team.
Yeah, Splatoon 2 Bathball able to just get that. I think they got 2 or 3 down off that first interaction, and they were just able to steamroll up on the snipe. They were able to get the roller. I think they got 2 up on the snipe, and they did have Big Bubbler, but they didn't actually pop it, and they instead went back to the tower to support his teammates, because the NZAT on Splatoon 2 Bathball actually went down, and the Kraken ran out on Splatoon 2 Bathball at the same time, so they couldn't contest. So the roller had to come back to secure that tower, and they did get it, and that was the final push to get them to the win there.
Yeah, there were a lot of hallmarks of a well-coordinated and well-connected team. Callouts were certainly fire to be able to take their foot off the gas and retreat back to tower and make sure that the team was safe before continuing the push. And while it was a good effort on Puke Squad to split the team and stall the tower, unfortunately they weren't able to deal with the flanking situation, and it just kind of all fell apart. That's just tower control sometimes. Sometimes you just have a really solid ride, you don't lose many players, and you get a nice clean victory.
That's very true. Tower control, another game mode that is popular in games, push the payload in Team Fortress 2 and Overwatch. It's kind of like Splat Zones, except you got to push with the objective. And that's the best part about push the payload type game modes, because you got to push into the enemy's base to finish the objective.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets hard, because unless you have complete control of their base, which is what Splatoon 2 Basketball had, as we saw, the roller was able to jump up onto the snipe and take out half their team. And we had the suppressing E-leader in the back. They also had Kraken ready, the cooler was up. They were just able to completely take control of their base. So when they do that, it's just easy. Like, they have so much paint, they're able to just go around anywhere, kill people they need to do, and push into the base and make sure that the tower won't be colliding with any more enemies, because they'll all be locked up in the dead set of spawn.
Yeah, I mean, perfectly put. Alright, well, we're moving through to our game 2 here. This is going to be game point. Technically, that's just how this works. It is Splatoon Basketball's point to win. We're playing Marlin Zones. Let's see what our players choose for this one.
Alright, Splatoon 2 Basketball, we got a Zuka Bubble, Tacticooler, and a Splatter Color screen. Ooh, I'm excited. And on the side of Puke Squad, we got Tacticooler. Oh, we will see a Reef Slider Cheese maybe from the Red Ringer. We have a triple splashdown on the M-Parries and a Bubble again.
Yeah, I mean, early neutral here. No one's going down this time. No one's surprised by the aggression from the opponent. And we do have the Sniper Rider applying just enough pressure and is able to take out the Dread Ringer. That's going to open it up for Splatoon 2 Basketball to just roll in and clean up house.
That is true. Splatoon 2 Basketball actually got those 2 points right off the bat, but it wasn't really expected. When Puke Squad took they took that zone back, unfortunately, they got met with a splatter color screen from the Gal, and that completely suppressed the whole left side of the map. Because like I said before, the map is so dependent on getting this fan that Arlecchino and Rigby are sitting near. And look, all 3 of their players are out on the right side and they're locked in their spawn. So if they hold the up with Slider Cheese...
I mean, it's enough to buy them some space. Unfortunately, because they didn't have access to that fan, they all had to push to the right side of their spawn, and they were instantly caught out from making that decision. Very nice play by Basketball again to really create one option for the opponent and then just shut it down and take it away from them.
That was very well coordinated, and the Zuka will come out. It will just be suppressing Puke Squad 2 down. six points left. I think this will be game set
Yeah,
match here.
that's the look to camera from Rigby there. They knew it was over. We all knew it was over. Well played. That's the nature of a 4-team tournament sometimes, is that we're going to have some not super balanced games early on, but those will even out as we go to our later rounds.
That was a very dominant show from Splatoon 2 Bathball. They were able to, I think they got them down to 89. That was the lowest Puke squad got to. But as soon as that splatter color screen came out, they completely suppressed a whole side of the field.
Yeah.
And obviously the recent buff to screen does 40 damage now from 30. That is absolutely massive. That combos with the Snipe Rider. It could possibly combo with the main weapon, the 52 Gal. I don't think it does. But if someone's already taken damage before the screen, that will definitely combo. The matter of the fact is, Splatoon 2 Basketball just took away half the map from Puke Squad, and they didn't have the paint to combat the screen, the Gal, the splatter shot, and the pencil. So they were simply out-painted, and Splatoon 2 Basketball were able to take that fan and just completely lock them out the whole time. The only chance that Puke Squad had was that Reef Slider cheese, but I don't think he had
I don't even know if it was for cheese. I think they were just trying to catch their opponent off guard and create a space. But they went a bit too far with it. I think if they detonated it sooner, there was a chance they might have been able to back up and have their team fall in. But as it stood, they went all the way to the zone. They did get neutral, but it really didn't pan out.
Yeah, they did, on the spectator, they did, I think it was the end zap or the shot they zoomed past. And I was thinking, oh, they could detonate it right in front of him because, and I say that because the shot actually had nowhere to go. The way he looked at the Reef Slider, he was going to back up into like the little, it's like a little wall.
It's a very dangerous place to be, especially if you don't have time to get the paint up on it. I don't even know if that's paintable in Splat Zones. I can't remember. It might be. I know it is sometimes, it isn't always, but it's one of them. We'll figure it out. All right.
Either way.
Yeah, that set is over with. Now, the other set is ongoing. We do have a bracket we could potentially have a look at, though it does look a little scuffed. Just because of the way that OBS does its overlays. We can have a look at the bracket. Why not? We can look at a scuffed bracket, really.
We can have a little peek. Pretend there was a team there,
yeah,
and there was numbers here and
it's
there.
fine. We can look at the bracket ourselves and let you know what's going on. Also, chat can always check out the bracket at any time, so no pressure on that one. Cool. Okay. Well, it's gonna be a little bit before the next game. We've got a bit of time if we want to vamp, just because 1 point has been scored so far in the other set. I believe they're still playing their second game. It seems like it might have been a bit closer in the other half of winners round 1. So there might just be a bit of time here. Might just be a little break.
Well, I'll take this time to refresh my page.
Sounds good.
Check the bracket. See, and I actually don't know who's on the other side of the bracket.
Ah,
and who plays their teams.
That's a good question. If you could find that out for us, that'd be sick.
After my 5-year-old laptop loads, I'll definitely do that.
Excellent. I will be updating data. In the meantime, chat, we do have you open. We see you out there. Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world. Or morning, or day. I forget that this time slot works for a lot of different places, so shout outs to you out there. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Hopefully we can bring you some pretty clutch gameplay as we get further in our bracket.
I think we have a team from France in the tournament.
That would be surprising.
I think maybe it might be the same team that I faced a couple weeks ago in TSSP 6. They were pretty good. They all had top 500 X badges. They were no joke. I don't know if it is the same team, but generally speaking, people from France are pretty good. Europeans are very good at a lot of games.
Just in general?
Just in general.
see.
They're normally the powerhouse in all esports.
Right, yeah. I mean, Germany was the European representative at the Worlds recently, which I found quite fun to watch.
Yeah, big fan of what was that team called? Not Zera. Zera's was the stand-up player.
I remember Kaiser, yes. Yeah, Kaiser was a lot of fun to watch.
I love the competitive integrity and the trash talking in the jackpot Kaiser set.
Yeah, that got a little out of hand.
It was funny though. It gave it birthed
I
the
think
gift.
Part of it as well is that like players are so tightly wound when they're on the international stage like that of course emotions are going to run a bit higher and things are going to bounce back like that. That just makes sense.
That is true. I have actually played at a LAN event before, not for Splatoon but for Rocket League. Very competitive game. I made a really good play and I was able to clutch up and win a game. And I think it was like 2.5 years ago now. I think I stood up from the desk and I went, "Yeah, baby, let's go!" like across the whole room.
Nice.
And I was kind of embarrassed at the end.
Of course, you would have drawn a lot of eyes, but like,
I was like, "What am I doing? Doing this right
It's your
now?"
moment. You got to take the moment when you can. Chat can relate, I'm sure.
Exactly.
I had a moment where at the end of a Splatoon game, this would have been maybe 3 years ago at PAX. Maybe it wasn't at PAX, it could have been a LAN. I was so like tightly wound up. It was match point. It was overtime. We were pushing. It was all going well, and then it all fell apart. 5 points from defeat. I got so upset. I slammed my fist into the table, and my fist hit the table so hard that my Switch bounced out of the dock for a bit and disconnected the whole room.
That's funny.
We definitely lost, but like, I didn't.
I'm not even kidding. I had like literally exact same situation in a Sendoku set today.
Wow.
We went 3-1 up, and then we lost 2 games in a row because we were memeing and playing like Sploosh and like Sync Mini on like Rainmaker.
Don't you say memeing when you name my favorite weapons, please.
My bad. Cross my heart, hook to fly.
Yeah, you good.
Anyway, it was the last match was TC Undertow. And we got them to 5 points left, and they hadn't pushed 1 point yet. And the thing that absolutely is just brutal, like it really hurt, is my Pro Controller. I've had it for
of
I want to
course.
say 4 years at this point, and the spring in my right stick is broken. So normally when you flick a stick, it like clicks back into place.
Yeah.
My stick, it does that, but it doesn't actually flick back to neutral. It flicks back to like a little bit below or a bit to the right.
Right.
And also the clicking mechanism is broken. So you don't actually know when you've clicked it. And that was the downfall of that match. We cleared the last checkpoint. I was the backline, and I was about to hit this shot on a diving 52 gal, but my stick clicked in by itself without me pressing it, and I pulled out tri-strikes.
Oh,
literally
no.
the millisecond before I was about to shoot, I pulled out tri-strikes and I died, and then we just couldn't recover for no reason.
Oh,
and we
that's so
whitewashed
hurtful.
it. It was a very unfortunate ending to that match, but win some, you lose some.
Indeed. Like at the end of the day, you can't win them all. Sometimes tech just isn't in your favor. That's just the game. Cool.
I've seen all the competitors on the other side of bracket now.
Oh yeah.
On the team of Calomnie, this is the French team. The captain is Kchu. We got Potassium. We have the footballer Neymar Jr., Prometheum, and PBZ _ Japanese characters, which I cannot name.
Cool.
So that is a French team, supposedly.
Yep.
And then on the other team, I don't actually know what country it's from. The initials is IQ. I don't know where that
Sometimes players do meme when it comes to countries as well, so there's no guarantees.
Well, on the team of Meow, I am a cow. We got TFR Risu, they are the captain. We have Acing, Asan, Mars, and Harry XYZ.
Cool. I don't recognize a lot of our players today. That's exciting. I get to see new playstyles, new weapons. It's good news.
I want to see Neymar Jr. in action. I think he'll be a stellar person to spectate.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think we vamped as long as comfortably, as long as we comfortably can. From my understanding, the next set should be finishing up just about now. So I'm gonna quickly try and fix this.
Let's go! It worked! I would be very excited for a bracket reset. I don't think it will happen because we do have obviously Splatoon 2, Bathwash. They have many top tier and Frostbite OCE competitors on their team. Obviously we have the world rep Latias. We got Draco from Puke. Very good players in their own. Very. Yeah, only the 4 teams, a bit smaller than other times, but it's kind of nice and cozy when it's in that 4-team mark. Obviously, it'll be a quick tournament, quick matches, depending how good the teams are and the skill difference. But I think because it's such a small tournament, it's such a nice way to get results. First of all, quick and in depth. Because we are streaming, we are streaming most of the matches. I think we won't stream the 3rd place match from memory. But we but the more important thing is that most teams will be streamed. So not only is no one restricted of VOD review, but they can take that time to review themselves and see what went wrong. How have they lost the zone so quick? How could they have protected the Rainmaker better? Could they have used an Ink Vac? Could they have changed their weapon comp a bit? I think it's really great that the tournament is this small because we can get to every team and we can give every team that opportunity to improve themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. For anyone who is confused, my mic wasn't working for this bracket scene until now, but I have been talking the whole time.
Oh dear.
We patch it in post. Anyway, so that's dealt with. Bracket is working, and do we have a result yet? We do have oh no, we have a result. It went to 1-1.
Oh dear.
It should have finished up by now, I would have hoped. We might just mute our mics for a second and take a quick breather while we get prepped. But make sure you're drinking water out there, chat. The next set should be within the next 5 minutes. So we'll see you very shortly.
We'll see ya.
Okay, we are back. We have the result from the previous set. It was a 2-1, I believe, between Meow Meow and Macau, taking that one out from Calomnie. I don't know why, but I really wanted to say calamari, and it didn't happen.
Smart.
Yeah. Anyway, so that means that we are through to our winners round 2, which is essentially the winners final. The winner of this goes through to grands, and we're playing best of 5.
That is exciting. I'll take a quick peep at the map list here.
Yeah, let's get that up on screen. Our players are pretty much ready to go, so we won't have to wait for too long. We are starting with Clams on Scorch Gorge, going to be moving through to Manta Tower, then Splat Zones on Mahi Mahi, and then if we need it, we've got Rainmaker Humpback and Tower on that's Shipshape Cargo Co.
That is true.
I don't think we're going to be getting to Shipshape, but that's fine. We've got a very fun Clams map early on. This is a lot of people's favorite Clams map. There's a lot of fun interplay around Elbow and Snipe, and we also have a back entrance for running in clam jumps if needed. It's pretty well balanced. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of verticality. What's the vibe that you get from Clam Scorch?
Well, we got to take into consideration any ranked mode on Scorch Gorge is completely different to Turf War. Think about when it's in rotation for Turf War. Probably in Splatfest, I think a lot of the competitive community doesn't really go into Turf War nowadays because it's turf. But in Turf War, Scorch Gorge has the ginormous tower in that middle, but I'm pretty sure for every ranked mode, that doesn't exist. So that center square platform, that is incredibly crucial to, first of all, building a push, and B, finding clams. If you can't hold that middle position, you might have a rough time probably going up against could see a Splatling on the Snipe, we could see a Pencil, that will probably be the most common, could see a E-Leader from Latias. You never know. The backlines can be really suppressing on Scorch Gorge, especially when they're not being dealt with. So it's just a really kind of hard situation to go up against.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, here we go. Clam Blitz ready and coming at you. Let's see what weapons we got.
Ooh. That is very intriguing. Meow Meow and Macau rocking the Lunar Blaster Neo with the Ultra Stamp. So they're going to try and do an Ultra Stamp. And we also have a Kraken on the 96 Scowl. So they could do a double cheese type thing.
Well, Kraken Cheese has been nerfed, so we probably won't be seeing a play quite like that. But you can still get your dunk and then use the Kraken to provide jumps post-dunk. Is a way you can run that strategy still. Early fight's looking pretty neutral. We do have a splat for Meow Meow. Spider Cloud Screen's gonna provide some distance, and already, there we go! The Kraken gets the dunk, and now they can swim around and anyone can jump to them. That's pretty good control over the basket.
Ooh, the roller does get that pick though onto the truck slasher.
Yeah, that looked a bit weird. Regardless, we've got plenty of clams coming in from Meow Meow. They've kind of stalled the momentum here. I think they're just going to have the Luna here to do some sharking. They do manage to trade, and that is going to be a very neutral mid. That's a very strong opener from Meow Meow.
Okay, I retract what I said in the pregame. The big platform is here, but that actually increases the severity of what I'm saying. There's so much height up there. If you can get a backline up there, you will have huge map suppression, especially for Lakia.
Well, it's interesting you say that. We've got Meow Meow running a Lunar Blaster and a Tri-Slusher, which means any of those high perches that are surrounded by walls on all sides are going to be very dangerous to stand on, and could be a good hard counter for that Snipe Rider. That being said, we've got Splatter's Color Screen coming in here. A lot of burst damage is thrown directly at it because they cannot see who or what is behind it. Kraken's going to come out to try to defend, and that looks like that push is stalled. And they don't quite make it back on the map! No, they do, but they don't live.
That was a very good Kraken flipping. Obviously, the Splatter Color Screen, when you've put it in the choke like that, this is why Screen is really good. First of all, it imposes the enemy team with that 40 damage and the displacement. But if you're in Kraken, you can just go right through it. So there's nothing to worry about because A, B holds the R way.
Oh, this is a good push. Sorry to interrupt you, but it looks like Splatoon Bath Bomb have the play to get their power clam in. They've got the Trizuka in position to fire some shots as well. I don't think they're going to quite get lead with this. No, their momentum is stalled a bit towards the end there. They had a good opener with the 2-1 splat, but I don't think they have any opportunities to get additional clams in. It's a pretty good equalizer, and means they won't have to work too hard to get lead if they get the next scoring opportunity.
Yeah, they have got it a bit closer, obviously not as close as they wanted. As soon as the roller on basketball was able to score, they got that bubble down, but then they fell really quickly after, so they weren't able to get that 1 or 2 picks that a roller wants after scoring. Especially the splat roller, because it has pretty good horizontal kill range.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, I like that as well. Kraken at the bottom of the map there was playing pretty aggressively, but they knew that their Tri-Slusher friend was up on top mid, so they'd be safe to escape. We do have 2 going down there from Meow Meow, which means we should see some map control shifting in favor of Splatoon Bath Ball over the next minute. Hopefully that'll be enough for them to get some points on the board, especially with that Ultra Stamp getting cancelled there.
Yeah, Latias with a really good snipes onto the Luna Buster there. That was the last player in mid for Meow. I think this is our French team? No, this isn't. French team was the but anyway, that was the last player in mid, so they regained turf control. But now there's one flank, so kind of a loss. And another bad thing is we have a lot of lag here. Whoa, we have a decent.
Yeah, so I noticed that a little earlier in the match. We did have the roller was just standing still for a good amount of time, not really getting anything done. And I was like, why are they just standing still like that? Now we've put it together. This is going to be a bit of an unstable lobby. It looks like this is going to be a pretty easy defense for Meow Meow, having the extra player.
Oh!
No, that's probably just evasion. Don't look into that too much. That's fine.
I'm enjoying this now.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think we are definitely going to see a dunk here, potentially too. Latias trying their best to keep them at bay, but when you've got 2 players bearing down on you, the Sniper Rider cannot split the difference in time. This game should be over very quickly.
Yeah, that is actually very unlucky that it was the roller that used, because obviously the 52 gal and the shot can hold their own in a 1v1, but the roller is the one-shot weapon. Because obviously Latias is on the Sniper Rider, she can't one-shot.
No.
But the roller has to get in close, and on Scorch Gorge, that's a good place to use roller. There's a lot of places where you can just shark and just swing your roller and it'll kill.
Yeah, you mentioned the horizontal damage of the roller, and like there are a lot of sections where you can just do a little hop on that map and then bring down that horizontal swing and just cover a platform entirely. Now I don't imagine we're going to get a replay on that one, so we're probably going to move on. I'm not a TO though, so I'm not going to be making that decision. We just have to wait for a moment to find out if that is final. It's looking like it is, which means that it's going to be a point on the board for Meow Meow and Meow, and we're going to move on to tower control.
EC Manta. Not my favorite map in the world, but one of my favorite modes. I'm actually pretty excited for this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting map in that it has a lot of short corridors, so you can't run your long-range sight-requiring weapons as much. Things that can take the opponent by surprise are much more effective because there's a lot more little like nooks and crannies to play with. For tower control especially, players are going to be trying to use the tower to get over that retaining wall so that no one is going to jump down on them and surprise them. But likewise, it's going to be very hard for the defending team to flush out that little alleyway that the tower takes after checkpoint 1 because it's just so hard to get good visibility on it.
That's true. And I'm coming back to the point. This is Manta Maria. You were saying there's such small alleyways and corridors on this map, and that just begs the question: will we see 52 gal deco with the screen again? Because you need to think of how big screen is compared to other specials. It is very wide, and you can actually throw it a bit higher. Like if you throw it on the top of the bunker, there's actually a lot of the screen is in the floor if you throw it on the floor. So if you throw it on the bunker, you can hit like above the grates in top mid, you can hit the tower, and you could hit a little bit of bottom mid. And if you don't decide to throw it on the bunker, you just throw it dead inside of a choke, and this is completely dependent of the attacking team, if they decide to push in the splatter color screen on the tower, that will 99% of the time will probably get 1 or 2 people killed because you are completely displaced. You don't know which color is yours. So that leaves you vulnerable to pretty much anywhere.
That's an interesting point. I've also just considered the potential of using the splatter color screen like at a 90-degree angle to just flush out a corridor because it is so wide. You can potentially use it to sweep it from side to side rather than obstructing the view of your team. Just as a thought.
And another thing that I'm also excited to see, and I'm comment on this now, the Lunar Blaster's back with Ultra Stamp.
Yes.
As you said, thin map, thin corridors. Ultra Stamp on TC can clear the path for anyone, and Lunar Blaster again. And a lot of ledges that you can just sit on and just shoot your shot and get kills.
We do love a Luna in this house. Alright, so early game, we've got 2 down immediately on Meow Meow. Splatoon 2 Basketball after that last DC, not wasting any time just in case the game doesn't remain stable this whole set. They're going to be able to clear that first checkpoint, no problem. And we've got Dwift up in the bunker there with the sloshing machine, going to be able to provide a lot of aggressive cover despite only being 1 player.
The Roller able to take back the tower, and the Kraken just goes right past mid. The bunker kind of corridor area. Not sure what for, but
it
seems to
provides
still
a
be
good
alive.
flanking opportunity at the very least, and like with this checkpoint being 1 point away from clearing, okay, it didn't have enough time to reset, but I was like, that is a good distraction by the Gal to give their team some time to get in. Unfortunately, their team was not long for this world. I do not know how the Roller did not find the Luna there, but the Luna able to sneak out of that one, but just gets caught. No, okay, you know what? Never mind. That explains that, actually. We're going to move on from that.
I've just been informed this team is Indonesian.
Ah, yes, that is interesting. Okay, well, I do like that we're playing on a pretty good skill level regardless of region there. We're going to get some splats here, pretty decent showing. They are going to be able to stop them before the checkpoint, which is always positive. Any points on that checkpoint you can keep are valuable because that elbow is very hard to push through if you don't have specials to help you through it.
There's one thing that I have a really big negative comment about any TC. I have a criteria for what can make a good TC map, and it's something that needs competitive effectiveness, competitive integrity, and the opportunity to come back. And with Manta, it's kind of ticked one of those boxes. One of them is, I think a TC map should always have 3 checkpoints, and Manta does have that, but there's no big checkpoint. As you know, on other maps, there's like the double layer square where the checkpoints are. That's the big checkpoint, but they're all small checkpoints. They'll zoom past really fast, and that doesn't give the defending team much time to counter unless they can get a straight shot.
Well, as someone who's been stuck on that second checkpoint more times than I can count, I'm pretty grateful that that checkpoint doesn't go by in too much time. Alright, with tactical repositioning there, that's a good way to get intel for the team as well. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock, and we don't have any points for Meow Meow so far. Looks like, I mean, that was a wonderful pincer play from Splatoon 2 Basketball. They're just taking out players.
They were able to take out that Gal in the end game. We saw them jump out, but the lag in the end killed them. That's really unlucky on the side of Meow Meow, but the Roller was able to bring it to the checkpoint. They got 2 more points on the board. Took out the Luna, but Tri-Slosh in the bunker, you can't really stop it.
Oh, and lovely shot from the Zuka there. Catching someone on the netting, not the easiest thing to do, especially with that strange hitbox. The flank does come around, which means we're probably going to see some trades, and we do. Camera's not quite sure what to do about that one. We're going to move back to mid. We've got a minute 15 on the clock. Zuka's coming out early. They're really just trying to oppress any chance of Meow Meow getting any points here.
Yeah, the Zuka able to take out the Tri-Slosh. I think that's the new bow, so no tactical now. And we're able to get another one on the top mid. The 96 Gal goes down, and they already use Crackle, so they'll have even less special charge. Sparkball is looking to make a great offensive, but the Tri-Slosh
Ooh, this could be good actually. With 3 players down, there's a chance for Meow Meow to take back mid here. This Trizuka's already given away their position as well. Yep, there we go. Taken down. So this is the opportunity. We've got the Tri-Slosher getting that flank on early. If they can get this splat, that's going to be huge. No, they get pincered out. Latias gets the call out, lands the shots, and the momentum drifts away. That's 3 down. There's not much left here from Meow Meow. 20 seconds. Tactical on tower. They do get the picks.
That looked a bit weird. The Latias died with the tactical like in the death animation, but they actually got the cooler down. And on tower, yes.
Look, I mean, it's just going to happen when you've got teams playing in regions like this. You just got to take the good with the bad. We've got an overtime play here.
They could build something out of this. 2 down on the side of Basketball. The Stamp comes out. The Kraken's ready. They still have Zuka. The Stamp's going to carry the jump. This could actually be a comeback here from Meow Meow Macau.
Oh my goodness, the Stamp does it! The Stamp does it!
A comeback lead in overtime. What a magnificent comeback.
Oh, that's incredible. All right, well, yeah, I mean, an amazing overtime play there. Just having the specials lined up at the right time with the key double pick. That's going to bring them through to match point, essentially.
That was absolutely brilliant coordination on their team. I actually noticed when Latias, just before she died with the tactical, got put down anyway, the shot had Zuka at 25 seconds left, and they held that till the very end.
Wow.
And that really helped them secure that win. And obviously, really good job on, I think it was the Luna, getting those 2 picks before they got the Ultra Stamp out. That just cleared and paved the way for just finishing up, and obviously they camped that jump. And then I think the Kraken was just able to secure the win on the tower. That was very well played from Meow Meow Macau.
That's why I love Luna on a map like Manta Maria, because your opponents are funneled into such a small area that you can essentially take 2 1v1s simultaneously with how much spread your weapon has. And if you're utilizing a lot of those angles to block shots, you can fire on them and they cannot fire on you. It creates some really fun exchanges when the pressure's on. So yeah, well played by Meow Meow. They're going to bring this through to match point as we move through to game 3. Zones on Zones on Mahi. We just played Manta. We're not doing that again.
we don't need a double zone. I think we can do them up.
Yeah.
But Mahi, I played Splatoon 1 the other day, and I really did just kind of collapse when I came back to Splatoon 3, because they really changed the zone so much. Obviously not so much, it's still the middle zone. But obviously that middle kind of block in the middle, that's gone. And where the snipe platforms are, you can see it in the little overlay here. There's some blocks just on there to give backlines cover. In Splatoon 1, those blocks gave you full coverage. At the cost of having a left-hand peek, which means you couldn't, peek out to the right, because all Splatoon characters hold their guns to the right, reticles on the right.
Yeah.
It's a very big stereotype in shooter games. But
yes.
that it kind of limits the backline suppression in Splatoon 1 at least. But in Splatoon 2, especially with Snipe Rider, the 5H to be exact, it is really oppressive because of that increased movement speed. You can hop onto that little block and shoot over the other block on the other snipe. And you can, actually, I'm pretty sure you can, hit snipes on the other team's plat.
Yes, you absolutely can. They did add an obstacle to the middle of this map when they did the rework, so I don't know what the sightlines are like now. But, yeah, things exist.
Okay, we do have a change in weapons on Basketball. We have the same Sniper Rider, obviously. Dwift has changed from the Splatter Shot to the Splashomatic, the Craft Tank Edition. Rigby is back on the shot, and we have the normal 52 gal.
Yeah, I'm noticing we've got the Vanilla Luna in play as well, which is something we haven't seen up until this point from Harry. I don't know... Oh, sorry, no, that's not Harry with that. I can't believe their order Splatter Shot was so much like a Luna. Regardless, that is going to be early control shifting to Meow Meow. They've got good mid control at the moment, and Acing is going to be able to hang right under this nice deal with anyone that decides they want to play there.
Zip
Lovely.
caster comes out, kind of snipe ladder. And they do get the Splash-O-Matic in the end, just before they have to recall.
Beautiful positioning as well. We do get a neutral there. Looks like Tiger snuck in on the side with their gal. Was able to put down enough turf to at least buy them some time. Tactical will allow the rest of the team to move in as well, and that is going to be control to Splatoon 2 Basketball. But at the moment, it's not looking like the fights are going to go in their favor.
Yeah, that was a crucial kill on Tiger there with the gal. They were cooled, so it wasn't as bad, but the fact that they got that kill just opened up the competition to retake zone, and they already had people ready. So, a bomb kill here on Benji Fish. That was the gal.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
a pretty clutch pick, especially because that was a very hard position to remove that player from. Acing using that wall in their advantage, that was nicely done. They were finished off by, it looked like the killer whale. Dwift is going to try to apply some pressure with the crab tank. They do manage to get the pick, and because the pick was on zone, that's going to buy them some time. That's huge. Looks like we should have enough players in here to repaint at this point, and we do.
That's a good take back from Basketball. Acing, sharking. Oh, that was a very good flip from it. Get the trade with the shot. But the crab tank's still ready on the side of Basketball. The tactical comes out from the heavy edit on I'm a Cow. But he can't really take back zone at the moment unless... Oh, just opened it out.
I think specials are just coming in for Basketball now as well, so it would be dangerous to push in at this point. That being said, the specials have come out a little bit earlier than I would have expected. There might be a chance for a last-minute touch here.
Two
No,
special,
not quite.
gone down. We still have... Zuko's just gone out now from Amakau. The shot, not able to get a shot onto the Gal. And they will be far left side, sharking with the splash wall. He's showering. They will just take out, maybe, yes, he takes out the 52 Gal. Now he's trying... No, he gets taken out by that, yeah.
Good use of the high ground advantage there from the Gal, but that is a wipeout. We have players across the board being wiped out from Meow, and that is going to be a big penalty put on their scoreboard. With only 2 minutes left, that's going to be quite difficult to handle.
Zuka's coming down from the heavens, trying to snipe Benji Fishy. And the crab tanks also came out, so there's no specials now for Basketball, but their penalty is running very low. I'm a Cow, really needs to push in now to try and come back here. They're able to force one to jump out. This could be an opportunity in painting zone with caster.
I've never seen that before. That's hilarious. It's not enough, unfortunately. Acing's going to have to push in more directly now that time is running out. They are completely pincered out of that equation. I don't think it's going to happen. No, that is going to be the knockout there. That is going to be Splatoon 2 Basketball in control of that zone at the end there. And I really just like how they played that closing set. We saw Meow trying to inch closer with the use of the splash walls. And Basketball were like, we can just use special now. We don't need to hold this until later because we're confident enough that if you push us, it's going to be from a place of desperation.
Yeah, I think the best part about Mahi Mahi Zone, specifically that game, is that there was no, like, cheese option there. No one picked, like, M-Berries or Smash Down. No one picked Red Ringer, Fruit Slider. I think the best part about that match in particular is that it was just a raw battle of skill. I think the heavy edit didn't get outclassed, but more outranged and suppressed by all of Basketball. So, like, if they take a look at that replay, I didn't see them get many frontline or many kills in the end. I think most of their kills would probably have came from their cooler, which is fine because they were able to get their, I think, total score down to around 34 before they got KO'd. But either way, Basketball were able to come out with the win, just applying that huge offensive pressure. Latias just sitting back on a snipe, shooting across the map, pumping out those tacticalers, just fueling the shot, the splash, and the 52. Keeping up that pressure, keeping up the kills, keeping up with the pace, and just getting that win, getting the lockout.
Alright, well, our next game is going to be starting soon. Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track. This is a bit of a divisive Rainmaker map because a lot of the verticality makes it pretty hard to pin down a Rainmaker. You get a lot more chances for evasion on a map like this. So players tend to get a bit more aggressive and a bit less direct with their damage. Additionally, that first checkpoint, most people take the right checkpoint, as you should, is not too hard to hit, but it's regathering your efforts from that checkpoint and deciding whether you back off and let it reset to mid, or if you're going to try to push it down the guts on your first go and risk potentially wiping your team and giving away a checkpoint for free. It's a very tough decision to make in the moment, and I always love watching teams try to make it.
Yeah, I agree with that opinion. Off that first checkpoint, to even get to that checkpoint, it's right in front of the enemy snipe, so you have to punish them. You have to really punish the enemy team for trying to approach that checkpoint. Really good weapon on this map is Dynamo Roller. Its damage range on fall off, especially because we're on Humpback Pump Track, is really, I want to say, unexpected. It kills you when you don't think it should, but that's what makes it good. And even when you get that first checkpoint, like you said, that I honestly think that is a more harder part than the final checkpoint, because you got to go into that gut, that trench, and that is really a really hard spot to get through if you don't wipe the enemy team.
Alright, here we go. This is game 4 of this set. Still currently match point for Meow Meow. What are they bringing?
Well, as we can see, everyone is stealth jumping, so I don't think anyone's going to jump and on this point blank. The roller's already out of ink, and they'll jump out. We do have a change of comp for Bath Ball.
Oh.
They have taken out the 52 Gal. That's the 96 Deco.
Also, no charger from Bath Ball.
Yep, we don't have a Snipe Rider, because it's not really good on humpback because of the verticality and the humps of everything.
Yeah.
So NZAP is, yeah, it's definitely good.
I love this play. Last player up, better pop Kraken, just in case. I mean, it definitely bought them the time they needed. Tigers was able to shut that one down despite there only being one player left for Splatoon Bath Ball. A very clutch Kraken play. That's going to give us a neutral reset.
And the pull comes down on kind of Cal's time. Whoa, really good shocking flip. Really Squid able to approach and pop that big bubble down. And that'll be a free checkpoint for the Bath.
Such a good spot for Big Bubbler, and the roller cleans up. All those indirect fires are completely shut down. Seems like a roller was the right choice for this team. What a blindside.
That was really unfortunate for, I think that was Puke. Oh, do they get the KO? They do!
Oh,
they do get the
so
KO.
quick.
On that, where they just died there, they tried squid rolling to obviously get the invisibility frames and get more distance. But they actually got caught off guard by the ink rail. They hopped back in that for a second. But either way, they got the win. That was beautiful, beautiful display from the roller, like I said. The Dynamo Roller is probably, could be better in circumstances, but the Splat Roller, good V-flick damage, especially on Humpback, and the H-flick one-shot is very consistent if you are good with the roller, but it's kind of hard to be bad with a roller because of how big that hitbox is.
Absolutely.
So
well,
that's
we
very
are currently sitting on a potential reverse sweep. At the very least, we get a game 5, which, if those who are paying attention notice, I didn't think we'd get here at the start of this set. I was really not expecting to have to see ship shape today, and I'm not complaining. This tower control map is unruly. First checkpoint, pretty slow standard playing, just pushing around that elbow, it's very exposed, but things can get out of hand very quickly once it starts getting towards that second checkpoint. So I don't know how this one's going to pan out. We've been seeing the blaster very consistently from Meow Meow, and I think this is a good map to keep seeing that. Conversely, I wouldn't be surprised if we do have that Snipe Rider coming back into play. I mean, the tensions are high for this essentially spot in the grand final and winning that bracket reset. Stakes are high.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, but here's my my pet peeve with TC again. I said this in the Manta game. There's 3 things that make me think that TC on a map is a good map. 3 checkpoints, ability to come back, and ability to pressure.
I thought
And
you also said
shape-
there should be a big checkpoint, right?
Yeah, and a big checkpoint. That was just kind of integrate that with the checkpoint.
Understood.
Just there. Ship shape does have that. I think that's the first checkpoint. But the issue is that there's only 2 checkpoints from memory. We're about to find out if I'm wrong. But
Yeah,
and
it's
the
a
issue
quick
with
map.
that
It
second-
goes.
The issue with that second checkpoint is that it's very open, so it's very easy to get taken from all. Yeah, there is only 2 checkpoints on this map.
Well, the first checkpoint is a big check, so it does take a bit of time to get past, but yeah, as I was saying, we will probably see some snowballing once we clear that first check. Who's going to be in that position? Oh, a lovely position by acing early on, able to use the extended blast radius of the Lunar Blaster to fire onto that entire platform, knowing exactly where the enemy team would try to rally. That's going to buy them some early points, for sure.
Yeah, they do get to that first checkpoint and Tiger comes out.
Kraken
Oh,
fight!
we have a Kraken battle!
Kraken fight!
Benji Fishy did get his out last, but they will back off for now. Both Krakens, they've yielded, they've decided this is not worth it.
Kraken fight does end in a draw, not surprising. Just because it's too risky to try to win a Kraken fight. You're going to put your entire team at risk. Speaking of entire team at risk, the entire team of Meow folds underneath drop there. And that's going to allow Latias to ride the tower while the rest of the team builds special. And is going to be able to blast this first checkpoint with Trizookas.
Factor Cooler is up. Most of the team should have it. Yeah, I think the whole team has it on the side of Bathball. And Sniper Rider is really good after the first checkpoint. I want to say just before it gets to the second checkpoint, that's where it starts to fall off, where it really shouldn't be on the tower, because it can really only shoot to the left.
Yeah, I mean, to your credit, Latias is completely backed off the tower there and moves back up onto the high ground. And that's going to allow the rest of the team to move through. Kraken's going to buy some space. Ooh, and that is a weapon diff. Unfortunately for acing, not able to get the splat before the jump out.
I do think that might be a little bit of lag there, but ultimately good play from Rigby, able to get the jump out there. He was on the grate, so he knew he couldn't go into split form. He went into split form. He falls into the water and he died. That's that long cooldown on the res timer. Because I don't know if he had tank up. Either way, he would have had a long cooldown. So it was a good decision to jump out.
I know, I'm keen to see where Tigers is going to use this Kraken. I don't think they're going to cheese the tower because of the buffs, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no, they're trying to do it, but they're not able to get any leverage. They keep getting pushed off. I think that was a bit of a waste of special.
That was really unlucky as well.
The rest of the team was... I mean, the rest of the team was able to get some leverage in that time. They did get some points on the board and approach that checkpoint. Love seeing the defensive Zuka here as well, just to buy some space. But it looks like this is going to be a reset to mid for sure. And if Meow are lucky, they'll get some splats along the way. We know where the entire enemy team is, but they don't currently, so approaching this elbow is dangerous.
Benji Fishy really going for a defensive play here, because I think both shots are up on the top left. One goes down, but they are able to get the shot. 2 alive now for Meow. But maybe a 96 hour, he made 2 shots. They do get a really good fall-off here with the Tri-Slot.
This is a really good partnership. We're seeing the Gala and the Tri-Slosher making up for each other's weaknesses here in combat. But they get taken down just as the Kraken comes out. A perfectly arced Trizooka shot is going to clean that one up. 3 go down, however. I don't know where that happened. We only saw one of them. Harry's going to take advantage of this, push up with their teammate. They've got the Trizooka ready for this long approach. They know they're going to be popping that right now. Can they find anyone?
Keep in mind, they also have just popped Ultra Stamp to flush out that center corridor. They go down!
It doesn't pan out. They do manage to clear the checkpoint, but unfortunately, I think that's probably where their push is going to end as the Trizooka shot takes out 3. They were cooled up, so they will be back in no time. But, I mean, a clutch shot there. They knew exactly where the opponent was going to be, and they stopped the overtake. Which means that we've got 1 minute left for Meow to make that winning push.
Oh, just missing Latias. They do get that splash ball down just for a little bit of teammates, but there's already 2 big back there.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty simple reset here. Ooh, we do have Dwift finding a player in their back half. They do apply some shots. Harry is still there. They're going to try to Trizooka trade. Bombs are coming out as well. I think this tower's just going to be staying in mid for a bit. I think everyone on Splatoon Bathball is cooled up, so they're not really at risk here.
We go down for I'm a Cow. It has been very neutral. So, oh, White finds a jump.
Oh no.
They do get the kill onto, I think, the Tri-Slosher. Yes, they do. Harry now going for the 1v1. Swift falls in the water.
No, it doesn't. Not real.
And he BMs. Swift with the BM. This is a huge statement from Bathball.
It was a huge pick. That was a game-winning pick right there. Really allowed the team to build their momentum. Towers still going in their favor. They've got a Kraken ready to go to shut that down too. It's over.
Game, set, match. That is reverse sweep for Splatoon 2 Basketball. Very... We gotta put this in perspective. They DC'd
Yes.
first game as well. That was a huge show of strength from Splatoon 2 Basketball. Able to take these lads down. Internet connection issues or not, they got the win in the end. Very well done from...
Heart goes out to chat. I know we had Cow fans in the audience, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. They're not out of the tournament yet, however, we do have a losers bracket which we're going to be moving to right now. So we will resolve this set 3-2. That is going to be Splatoon 2 Bath Ball. I keep going to say Bath Bomb.
Yeah,
They're going to be going through to the grand final. They've got the bracket secured nicely for that bracket reset. We're going to be going through to losers bracket where it gets dicey with a best of 3 between Calomnie and Puke squad.
So this is the losers round 1, best of 3. We got
This
Rainmaker.
might have already happened actually, now that I think about it. We might not get
Has
to
it?
see it. There's a chance. Yeah, so it looks like Calomnie and Puke squad has already happened. If we jump over to our bracket quickly and have a look. This hasn't been updated. It will refresh. It always refreshes when we head over here. Yeah, it looks like Calomnie took a 2-0, so we're already going through to Meow Meow and Calomnie for our losers final. So I'm gonna switch over and we'll see if we can see this. This is great. This means we're gonna see every team on stream today. That's what we love.
We have every team on stream. Every team gets an opportunity to VOD review after the tournament's done. They will have an opportunity to improve, to reflect on how they played, how they could have not been reverse swept in this case, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it's really great that everyone is getting featured.
Yeah, that's always the goal, isn't it? Just make sure everyone gets to have a good go on stream, see themselves against a tough opponent, and maybe take something away from it.
I'm really excited. We got an Indonesian team of I'm a Cow against the French team. So I really want to see how this matchup could go.
Yeah, well, hopefully we won't have to wait too long. I haven't been given room access just yet, but shouldn't take too long for that to happen. In the meantime, we will just hang out and wait for that to happen.
Looking at the bracket, these two teams already faced in the winners finals round 1, to be fair. And what I'm excited for is that it was a 2-1. So this went to a game 3. So we could see another potential game 4, game 5 victory for a team.
Okay, I think I just need to be resent an invite. Oh no, there it is. Very good. Okay, I have the room. I'm jumping in now. We will be in no time. Very good stuff.
Fighting.
Yeah, we love it. Okay. Calum. I gotta make sure I spell this right for the overlays.
I get that wrong.
Yes, that will be ideal. Alright, excellent. So we are in the room. Players are just filling in now, so that's just going to take a bit of time. But hopefully not too long. I think we're not going to be waiting that long at all, actually. I might not even have time to get the maps in. Wish me luck.
Oh no. Well, I can read out the map list for stream.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I mean, I'm going to do that anyway, because why not?
Yeah.
This is losers round 2 to be exact, so this is a best of 5. We have TC on Inkblot's Art Academy, to Splat Zones on Marlin Airport, exciting, to Clamblit on Museum Delfincino, to Splat Zones on Umami Ruins, what did I say before? I had a feeling this was going to come up later. Rainmaker on Crab Leg Capital for the game 5. That's actually a very exciting map list. Excited to see Marlin Splat Zones again.
Yes. I do like Rainmaker Crab Leg. It's one of my personal favorites in Splat 3. It's a good time.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rainmaker on Crab Leg is pretty good. It's another... If you don't go left route, I think it's a pretty good skill check map. Because obviously walking with Rainmaker, unless you have like triple run speed up or any run speed up at all, you're going to be walking pretty slow across. And then you also need to paint the podium. and that gives the enemy team so much time to go to that podium and take you out. So I think it's a really good map, and if you can brute force that right checkpoint to get to the end podium, that just really shows how good of a
Yeah, 100%. Alright, well the map list is in the system, so we're going to be good to jump in as soon as that kicks off. And we're just waiting on one player to join the lobby, so it will not be long. We do not need to cut away or anything. Very exciting.
pretty exciting indeed.
Yes.
I'm personally excited for seeing the two non-OCE teams go head to head. I think this will be. Hopefully, it won't be as laggy because obviously there's quite a bit of lag in that set.
Yeah.
But either way, plus these teams have already fought. They might know each other's playstyles. They might know their weapons already.
It's funny you say the two non-OCE teams. I would say that Indonesia is probably in OCE. I think that falls within our jurisdiction.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true.
But like, no, two non-Australian teams, because most of the OCE teams are Australian. So it is exciting to see that. It's very interesting because there's a lot of like regional lands as well, so lots of playstyles tend to emerge from different areas in the OCE region. And it's always fun to watch. Like, we've been seeing so much Blaster gameplay today, which has been a real treat for me as a Lunar Blaster player. Just to see it played at this level is something you don't get to see it in a lot of high-level play, so I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, I think the Lunar Blaster player, what was their name? AC or something?
Yeah.
Started with an A and a C. Whoever they are, I love you, man. They are very good with that Lunar Blaster. Like, as you saw in that Marquee Zones game, even though they lost, they were able to get multiple multi-kills, like 2 to 3 multi-kills, 20 times in that match. They won that TC Manta match with that Ultra Stamp. They cleared that corridor and got like another 2 or maybe a triple in the end with the Ultra Stamp. They're very good with that blaster, and it even gives me a lick of nostalgia because I used to use the Lunar Blaster Neo as my main weapon in Splatoon 1 when I was 9. I can't believe that.
Wow.
9.
Wow.
I'm 18 now. Can you believe that?
Making me feel old. Alright, let's move on. This is the losers final. Winner of this gets to move into the grand final. It's all to play for.
Alright, Calomnie versus I'm a Cow. Acing, that was the name. Acing back on the Lunar. Benji Fishy off the 96 Gal Deco onto the normal 52 and they will go down.
Wow, we are popping off quickly today.
2 down on each side. One thing I'm excited for is the foil squeezer has come out on Calomnie. Obviously, very good range in the tap fire mode, 3 taps, very good suppression. If they get on top of the left stack, which is, I want to say it's the attacking stack for blue side, because it's on that first checkpoint, they can definitely get some good zoning capabilities. And that pencil, obviously also near that left stack, they're going to take one out.
Absolutely. Oh, well, Luna does manage to get a pick there before going down. And I feel like finding that Luna before they become a problem is going to be a big part of this set. I don't know why Auto-Spec thought we need to see Benji here. Finding that Luna is going to be a big, important part of this, because if that Luna can get into a good position, your backline is going to crumble. We've seen them get picked just in time twice now, so it seems like the team is well aware of this fact. Though Acing is sneaking around again. And the Ultra Stamp comes out too. They're going to get penciled. Yes, they just managed to land those shots. We saw some evasiveness on the Ultra Stamp there, but it was not quite enough. That's going to be a cool it up Calomnie as they move through and prime themselves to take a good early lead here.
Yeah, I think if they're able to dodge that Trizuka and kill up, yep, this will be the check. And another good thing about Inkblot, even though it has 3 small checkpoints, it's in high choke points, which is a compensation.
Yes.
Like, this second checkpoint that they're on now, it is nearly impossible to get through in 90% of the PC matches that happen this match.
I mean, there's only one way to do it, and that's to use the Inkblot Art Academy strat of occupy your opponent's plat, and they are doing exactly that. There is no way to get rid of them at this point, because there are so many places to tuck in and hide. This is absolutely going to steamroll. Although, that being said, we are seeing some picks from the NZAP here. They've managed to buy themselves a bit of space, and I think they've won back flat.
They have.
Auto-Spec didn't want to show us any of that, but that's fine. We do have an escaping Lunar Blaster on the side here. Squeezer's gonna scare him off. Yeah. think that was a good retreat.
The Squeezer actually used their screen when they were losing the tower, so let's be real, the Squeezer doesn't typically paint that much, even in full auto mode. Its fire rate is very dull, so it will take a bit to get that screen back. So the auto bomb will come out.
Oh,
Gets
auto
that
bomb.
last pick
Yes.
onto the Gal.
I loved where that was placed too. It was hanging out behind the wall, but it wasn't getting triggered. That was such a good auto bomb placement.
The tactical that comes down from the sun, and luckily they're able to get that kill. I was going to note, hopefully they didn't immediately die, because if Calomnie were to push, that tactical would immediately get run over and destroyed. That's a very good defense here from Calomnie.
Yeah, I really thought we were going to see some momentum there, but it got shut out pretty quickly by the fast movements of Calomnie. These two teams are really like butting heads here. We're seeing a lot of aggressive pushes and a lot of volatile splats coming out that we wouldn't normally see from a more measured tower control game.
Yeah, the tactical has just come down for I'm a Cow, and Machines under a bit of pressure from the Gal there. There'll be one tap. There'll be one tap again, and Asan with it.
That was a good pickup. Benji Fish going to be taking out a few more members here. We've got the Sniper Rider in a good position, but that Whale is going to displace them. That should be a checkpoint clear. We do have the Machine on the right side, and they have snuck past all the enemy defenses. They're going to be stuck with the 1v1 and allow that tower to clear, but there's still plenty of space for Calomnie to play with.
That was a very smart play there from Calomnie, specifically Puke with that Machine. They actually got that Puke out just in time. They were to jump out, but the fact that they were able to stall them at that first checkpoint they did, that gave their team a chance to reset, and they are taking that in full stride down with 2 down.
Absolutely. You'll notice the main difference between this push and the push that Calomnie were doing earlier is that Meow are having a harder time getting up into the high ground. That's because Calomnie are prioritizing defending the high ground over diving at the tower. That being said, it's still looking pretty back and forth on plat here. We do see several players going down. I don't think that's going to do it. That's a game-winning splat right there. They held on for a lot longer than I thought they would. They got it 4 points away. That's very impressive.
I'm very sad when I witnessed that push collapse, because 3 people, everyone alive on I'm a Cow, actually pushed that solo Sniper Rider, I think, on top, and no one was hitting tower. There was more than enough time to get that lead. So there's one thing that I think we can all relate to. Teammates playing team deathmatch in solos. That seems to happen even in tournaments. As you can see, it ends up costing I'm a Cow a match.
Alright, well, that is our first game out of the way. I believe that means it is currently Calomnie with the first point of that set. And we're going to be moving through to Splatoon's Marlin Airport for our second game.
Good old Marlin. I have a little joke with my cousin. He likes to play this game. We love Marlin because it's such a, I won't say controversial, but because of there's kind of zero counterplay to Marlin. We saw on Splatoon 3 Bath Ball in the very first set of this stream, when they locked out Puke Squad, they had only one chance to neutralize that zone, and that was the invincible Reef Slider, and that didn't work out. So, like I said, when you take that fan, that is wraps.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far to say that there's no counterplay, but the counterplay that exists is slow, right? There's a lot of angled high ground you can use to slowly push your enemy away, but you can only buy back so much space at a time. And when that tower counter is ticking like it does, you just really don't have the luxury of taking it safe. You have to take some kind of risk. You have to drop down at some point, and if there's someone sharking, you just start losing again. So it is really a hard match to retake, but I don't want to go as far to say impossible, especially if you have the right equipment for the job, if you're carrying the right bombs, if you're running the right weapons. There are ways to flush it out faster. I guess we'll see what our players come up with. Honestly, I think it's a great place for splat bombs and sprinklers, because you can just throw them out willy-nilly to try to buy space temporarily, right? You're able to use them as partial distractions and partial cover as you move through and try and weed out those attackers.
Yeah, splat bombs have always been good historically.
Yes.
Especially on maps with little peaks, and depending on what weapons they play here, splat bombs are really good on weapons that like normally open with like a jump shot, Meow, or a shot, or even blaster. And
Yeah.
we see the blaster, but will they have a splat bomb? No, no, they
No?
don't. They have all sprinkler, suction bomb, and burst bomb on Calomnie. We have fizzy, suction bomb, splat bomb on the slosher, and a suction bomb on the zap.
I do love seeing a vanilla slosher. It's not something you get all the time. And I think could be quite useful this. That's a very quick grab. And that is going to be immediately pressuring that snipe position on that fan.
I do wonder how much special charge gains and subs they have for that. That was 13 seconds. Not quite as fast as a big swig ink back, but that was very fast for a shooter.
You can have a quick peek. Well, I mean, they're not running 3 mains, so it's probably all subs to make that happen.
And they're just painting everything they can see. Like I said, they have control of that fan now, and this is what happened in the first set of the day. 3 people from the enemy team are on that bottom drop. They have stand, but they need to have paint to be able to actually use it. Now, the team that is on the cover, on the fan, they're just absolutely suppressing them. But they do go down because they were double teamed by the cow. But look how low Calomnie's counter is.
I know. And that's like Cal played that quite defensively and slowly, and I'm also noticing Calomnie didn't push as aggressively as they could have. That being said, no penalty was applied. We're seeing the triple aim strike to try to get that penalty on the board, but with only 2 players in position to paint, they're not able to do enough. Tactical is maybe going to help them out. They just need that penalty and they can't get it!
That was a really, really clutch grab from the Splashmatic. The double special charge. However much charge they had and a triple it. Congrats to him. That was a huge crab tank at the end. We actually saw the slosher on Benji Fishy. He threw the strikes in the air so they'd all land at the same time. Instacap. That didn't end out working. But it didn't matter because the Splashmatic with the burst bomb, instant coverage, 100% fire rate, and the crab tank, so oppressive, paints really well, so versatile, just able to just lock them out for the whole match. 100 to 0 KO.
Yeah, and not only that crab tank, but there was also a suction bomb on that little platform. And I learned recently that suction bomb paints the entire zone. It is a very powerful place for a suction bomb. And yeah, like combined with the power of the crab tank, there was just no way. I was amazed at how calm Calomnie stayed throughout all of that. They didn't push forward, they didn't extend beyond their reach. They knew that the enemy would come to them, and then they would just wipe them out. A very impressive play, and that's going to bring them through to match point and a chance at the grand final, which is impressive considering that they were knocked out round 1 by this team. It was close last time, it was a 2-1. But, I mean, this is a way to make a comeback happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this now. This is obviously a redemption match for Calomnie, and they've come out really strong with a 2-0 lead. The Clan Blitz Museum, though. I've never been a huge fan of this map mode. I have had maybe one good moment with this ever. I don't think we've seen it today.
No,
so
definitely not.
I'm quite content to see what could come out. We could see a Zipcaster cheese from Meow Meow and a cow.
I would not be surprised. They did run Zipcaster when they played zones on Mahi, so it has that same dynamic of being able to run up against the opponent's backline and create that opening. It could absolutely happen, 100%. We know that there's going to be a Lunar in the game regardless, so it's already a 50-50. That being said, Ultra Stamp is very good at clearing out under basket on this map, especially because there are so many places you can jump up onto and hide when shooters are bearing down at you. And, I mean, it's all going to come down to how well these teams can ferry clams up to that basket as well. Are they going to go for wipeout strats before they make any kind of approach, or are they going to try to sneak a power clam up the shortcut? Or are they just going to keep a player in an annoying spot on spinner and get the jumps in from there? There's plenty of ways to play it, and that's why it's such a good clams map.
Yeah, the little block just under the basket is sometimes very annoying. Because I just didn't see him. So I'm really excited to see what will happen here for Calomnie.
Okay.
No Lunar Blaster.
I'm surprised. I really thought that was a genuine 50-50, but instead we have a vanilla blaster there, I believe. Bit of a different take on the formula, and means we're going to have some different specials to play with throughout this game.
Yeah, Asan just able to get that tactical up in 16 seconds, 14 seconds, sorry, really quick. And this is not good though, they're all jumped up and there's a crab tank active. And the Snipe Rider also giving that backline pressure. Bazooka 60 splash damage, also very lethal when you're jumped up like that. But Bazooka comes out with that.
Ooh, okay, well, despite getting the first splat, Calomnie do go 2 down here. And the, oh my goodness, amazing work from this, what's it called again, a remix? Why is my brain not working?
A heavy edit splat.
That's it, heavy edit. Yeah, heavy edit able to stay fast on its feet there and get a lot of picks and buy a lot of space for their team. However, it does seem to have flipped on them in the closing seconds when they were trying to push up on ramp. And that is going to be a good amount of clam gathering for Calomnie here. They're probably going to be the first ones to have a chance to score this at this point.
Yeah, they will need to get a pick, and that crab tank gets cancelled. One of them also goes down.
You have Benji jumping in,
down.
Very aggressive play, does not pan out. That's 3 players down on Meow Meow. Calomnie going to be able to push in nice and aggressively here. They've got Tactical ready to go. They've got the Power Clams ready to go. They just need the opening. And they're very close to a special from the Squeezer.
Ooh, the machine on the right though. I think the Zuka's now expired at 2 down with
yes.
one.
It was exactly what they needed. Unfortunately, the Power Clam was pushed a bit further back, so they're not going to get as much of an opening as they would have liked. I mean, they got 2 Power Clams in. That's probably all they wanted, realistically. They don't have any clams left at this point. They've got someone collecting clams on the back line. That's the shooter, going to sneak in here with a few more. They should be able to extend this a little bit further.
Oh. And he actually hops down on the shortcut. Can he squid roll out? He gets the kill.
Amazing.
He can extend this. There's more clams if he can kill one next to him. No, the header will take him down.
And it does manage to get in, but they've got more clams coming in. They do finally jump out, so that's going to be the end of that push there. But incredible work. 73 points from one push.
Oh, we have a DC.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
No.
Unfortunately, I think the scoreline is maybe a bit too far gone. Depends on the tournament's DC rules specifically. But I think they're just going to keep playing.
Yeah, it does look like they've stopped the match now. I think this is do or die. I'm a cow.
I don't think there's much do in this situation. The amount of clams on Calomnie is enough to win the game outright. And with only 3 players to defend, they're going to try their darndest. But yeah, that's a good pick from the Squeezer. We love to see it. Splash Wall goes up, Dunk goes in. They've got all the clams they need to make this happen. It's an unfortunate way for this set to end, but Calomnie already had a lot of momentum in their favor. They only need one more. There it is. And there it goes.
Yeah, with the finishing clam. That was, aside from that late end DC, that was a very dominant set. Other than that Pixie Clock game, like I said, that's very... They got a case of the team deathmatch there at Macau, which did cost them. But looking at the big picture, that was a very big dominance from the French.
Yes, Calomnie going to take that a 3-0, really slapping back from that early round 1 loss. And they're going to be going through to the grand final here against it's Splatoon 2 Bath Ball. I had to really sound it out because I knew I was going to get that wrong if I wasn't careful.
He was going to say Bath Bomb again.
I absolutely was. Alright.
Well, this will be exciting. We have some of the best OCE players, Australian players, sorry, going up against the French. So this will always be an exciting match. I love seeing international battles. I really think this can be a possible Game 5, if not Game 7. I think it's Game 5. So best of 5.
It is best of 5 grands, yes.
Yes, best of 5. I do think we could see a Game 5 here. And I'm really excited to see if Calomnie can bring that 3-0 momentum into this set, or can Bath Bomb just absolutely just cancel that momentum.
Yeah, well, we're about to find out. just waiting on the lobby before we get started. And while we're sitting here waiting for that match to start up, we could absolutely have a look at the map list.
Yes, so Grand Finals, best of 5. Now, keep in mind, this is the first set. If Calomnie win this set, we will go to a bracket reset best of 5. In the first best of 5, we will open with Splat Zones on Mako Mart, onto TC on Hagglefish Market, Flam Blitz on Robo Roman, Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway, Flam Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy. That will be the first set. And if we make it to a bracket reset, it will open with Rainmaker Scorched Gorge, Splat Zones on Mahi Mahi Resort, Flam Blitz Crab Leg Capital, Splat Zones on Robo Roman, and finishing with another game of TC on Shaped Cargo.
Okay, the double clans in the first round of Grand Finals here. That is an interesting way to frame that one up from the beginning.
Yeah, it will be that we are guaranteed this match on the game 3, Robo Roman. It's a bit of a hybrid offense map. I think it is really hard to get a push sometimes. A lot of the games where I've played on Robo Roman, we've only got like 2 down, and then by the time we've got that power clam, one of them is back up. So when we're at the basket, there's now 3 people there instead of 2. And we can't combat that pressure with our own because we're either like inside of an ink vac or we're still building a special, or one of us is sharking to take 2 or 3 out. So sometimes it's just unlucky situation.
Yeah, I've just realized something as well. These 2 teams have not fought yet this tournament. This is going to be a fresh face off for both of them. And yeah, I think they're going to be in for a bit of a surprise when they... Well, I don't think there's any surprises in their comps necessarily, but in their playstyles certainly. We saw Calomnie a lot more reserved, a lot more calm and in control. Bathball, very good at singling out and getting strong picks. So I don't know how well that strategy is going to work against Calomnie. And I mean, we're starting off with Splat Zones on Mako, so there's a lot of forced movement into the middle area of the map. So that might work better in Bathball's favor, but only time will tell.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing any cheese things, any cheese specials again. We know most of these players, they don't really play those types of weapons.
They're better than the cheese at this point.
Yeah,
the cheese is a
better.
good crutch for players that need it. These players do not need it. They are good enough to roll with their best weapons.
This is not Tentatech X rank. This is competitive Splatoon, and that's why guaranteed, like $5 if I'm wrong, we will see a Sniper Rider 5H.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking that bet. That is, I have no doubts on that myself. Sniper Rider is still considered very strong in the current meta, understandably so.
I'm not actually sure on the little overlay here for Mako, where that ring at the top is. I'm not sure if you can actually put a sprinkler up there or not. If you can, that would...
I don't think you can do it in Splat Zones. I think you can do it in Turf War. I don't think it is accessible in Splat Zones. I could be wrong on that.
If it is,
Yeah.
that's Sniper Rider even stronger.
Absolutely. To get that constant zone pressure as well as that splat pressure. Too good. Too strong.
And if you can get it on the inside of the dome and not the outside, that means the enemy team will have to push into zone, probably retake zone, in order to actually look up and shoot it.
Yeah. Does anyone in chat know if that is there in Splat Zones? I don't think it's ever been used against me before. I know some of the signs that are over stack are there, but I don't think the central is available for Splat Zones. Could be wrong though. Let me know. I want to know. We'll see soon enough, I suppose.
Situations like that where he puts a sprinkler on the top is more used in, I want to say Sturgeon Shipyard especially, but also a low-key pick, Bluefin Depot with that moving zone. There's the big bar that runs across the center of the map. You can put a sprinkler up there on the inside.
Oh.
And that will occasionally rain down some ink because when you just place the sprinkler, it's powerful, it gets a lot of ink. When it slows down, it'll drip ink blocks onto your side of the zone, whatever side of the map you're on. So it's another really nice spot where the other team has to push up in order to like kill the sprinkler and just stop it from being annoying.
Yeah, that's very handy to know. I don't think we're going to be seeing Bluefin today, but good to know for all you players out there who want some cool sprinkler spots. I don't think anything I play has sprinkler, so I'm not too worried.
I'm trying to think. Anything I play is sprinkler. Not really. I think there's one weapon. Dynamo roller. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Wow, Dynamo player in this day and age. Brave individual. Yeah. Alright, we're going to move into our first game here. This is our grand final. Let's do it.
Cool little effect there.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, we do have the foil squeezer coming back into play here. Other than that, nothing too surprising. We've got that roller coming out again from the Splatoon 2 bath ball. They've had some pretty good luck with it earlier, and it is working for them already in this game.
Ooh, bit of lag there though. We do have a change on Tiger. They are no longer on the 52 Gal, on the Neo Splatoon, the crab tank one.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, crab, very popular weapon for Splatoons. It can put out
Tiger
a lot of
goes in!
Ooh. Okay, well that is going to be a quick shift in Calomnie's favor in this early game.
That was a very good double kill from Tiger, but everyone on basketball was dead, so unfortunately they couldn't
couldn't capitalize. It is very unfortunate. We've got the Spy Color screen coming out as well, which is going to push them past the 50-point mark. Can Basketball find the picks? The roller trades out early. Trizuka doesn't find anyone, but gets backed up. And the Sniper Rider gets the pick.
Oh, the bubble comes out. They're able to get one. They're jumping.
They just need that penalty. They're so close. They do get it. Excellent use of the big bubbler there to eat a lot of enemy ink and keep that zone in your favor. Can they steamroll this into map control? It's looking like yes.
Ooh, unfortunately, no picks with the Zuko. But they are still affected by the tactical level. They will make use of that intensify action very quick.
Absolutely.
Fall off shot. The machine though should win this. No, good.
Backs off. Well played. It looks like Ricky is going to get pincered in there, but plenty of time bought for their team. Zone's looking kind of neutral at this point, especially with the stack changing control. Yeah, that is going to be a penalty applied, but we've still got 3 minutes left in the game. I don't think either of these teams are worried at this point about losing the game. They've got plenty of time to work with.
Cassium able to get that super jump. Not fully out, they still jump with teammate. I think sometimes a better option because that keeps you in the fight. You don't have to roll and swim all the way back. It keeps you pretty active in that fight to help change it. And look what happened. Because they jumped to their teammate, they were able to get a trade on that person, keeps them back. Now they have zoom control.
Absolutely. Not only that, yeah, strikes ready to go. They are going to be able to land those. And probably going to use them to maintain control to get lead here, if I had to guess. Yes, they are. Not on the zone itself, which is where I thought we might see them, but just as a preventative measure, it is enough. That is going to be lead. Only just, though. Very close to stopping that on a 1 point, but Calomnie not quite fast enough.
The Neo Splash able to get a triple. Tiger with a... Can they get the quad? They get the quad!
Amazing
Tiger
work from Tiger.
That will be on Twitter sooner or later, lad.
Maybe not for long. Will be uploaded to Discord as a clip.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Alright, strikes are coming out. That is going to be controlled back to Calomnie. They've got the specials to make this happen as well. Though the roller is able to take him out. And they used all 3 shots, which means they will not get that special refund. And that is going to be a hard point of contention as we get into our closing minutes here.
Yeah, each team's penalty is pretty much the same due to them both being 1 point apart. But I think Splatoon 2 basketball, if the roller can build up another bubble here, this could be a lockout.
Ooh, that's very true. They're not close to it at the moment, and they will need to get this pick if they're to stay alive. Ooh, that is going to be some special cost. But it's only the Sniper Rider left. They dodged the Zuka. They're going to jump out. They cool it up, so they are back in the fight in no time. I mean, if both teams are playing this so well right now, we're seeing the penalty gone for Splatoon 2 basketball, but it does hit neutral temporarily. Strikes are coming out as well.
Right.
I mean,
Tactical is up for Calomnie. Oh, did they get the kill on the roller?
no, that was a cooler jump. It was a good cooler jump as well. With 2 down on Calomnie, I don't think they have the turf to take control back. It's gonna be a knockout.
Well done, Splatoon 2 Bathball. Able to. That was a brilliant comeback. They were down to 30, I think, and able to just bring it back, just getting that lead. That put a lot of pressure on Calomnie to try and force the zone into their favor. But just beautiful positioning from everyone on Bathball. Just able to coerce everyone into one group.
Oh, and
Letting
the
that
fist
roller-
bump. We love the fist bump on stream.
That,
Alright.
I think the roller was crucial in that.
Yes.
victory.
I
Getting
love
those-
seeing it, you know? I don't get to see Roller played that often by the OCE scene, especially not a non-Dynamo Roller. So, yeah, seeing that control over stack, the pushes against the Trizukas, it was just such a clutch pick for the team, and it's really helped them out. 1 point up in the grand final is going to be very important in closing this one out early.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us now, we're in the grand finals. Splatoon 2 Bathball coming from winners, Calomnie, beating their arch nemesis from the Indonesia region, and they are coming in from loser side of grand finals. And here's a reminder, if Calomnie is able to bring this back, we'll go to a bracket reset. But at the moment, all the momentum is in Splatoon 2 Bathball's favor.
Yeah, and Calomnie as well, as we mentioned at the start, these two teams haven't fought yet. So there's going to be a bit of sussing out, there's going to be a bit of figuring out strategy. If Calomnie are expecting a roller on tower control, I think they're going to be surprised. I don't think we're going to see that roller play coming out again, though it has been working for them. Like, I don't trust a roller on tower control here as much as I normally would, but Hagglefish, it's a strange map. You can make a lot of things work if you play them right here. And I wouldn't be too shocked to see some flexible options either.
Yeah, I personally agree with you there, as I used to play Splatoon 2 roller. I was a roller main in Splatoon 2.
Right.
I think it's my
Hence the
second most
Dynamo, I guess.
weapon. Yeah, Dynamo was my third ink, and then I probably would have been a Dynamo main in Splatoon 2, but then Kenta Splattershot Pro came out.
Yeah, K-Pro is just too good.
The big thing with roller, especially on maps like Hagglefish. There were maps in Splatoon 2, I can't remember them off by heart. Just think of like the opposite of like Skipper Pavilion. When there's not enough ledges around, it's really not worth using roller, and Hagglefish is also very open. Right, it's really, you need someone to pretty much be with you the whole game if you want to be able to just ninja squid and walk up to them.
Well, that being said, we do indeed have the roller reprising their role here. Looks like not too many other changes from these weapon comps. Nothing too surprising at the very least. We've seen the
do
foil
have a
squeeze
change,
a few times today.
On Calomnie, we have a crab tank Slash-O-Matic now.
Yes.
They were something different last game.
Yeah, no, I don't think they had a crab last time. That makes sense. Early fight's pretty neutral. We do have the splash getting taken out on the other side of the map here. Gal's able to clean up the rotation, and we should see a reset to neutral here. Unless Latias can get that pick, they don't quite manage to land it. The roller's going to be on their case. But, I mean, Neymar's doing a great job surviving here. They don't quite manage to get the trade on that engagement, but yeah, 2 players down. It was a good effort early on. It's just fun neutral game stuff, you know. We're just vying for control in these opening minutes.
Yeah, lucky for Bathball, the Knave Arlecchino able to just push up and get rid of Neymar Jr. with that Gal earlier. But they do go down. They've just been rolling. That's the one negative about using roll. Think you've got that one bang, but nope. You've just been.
Yeah, when a player slips right underneath you and you're like, no, they were just under my reticle. It's the worst feeling of a roller. Alright, we've got the crab on the tower, backed up by the sniper raider. That should be an easy checkpoint clear, though they are the only 2 players left, so unless some jumps manage to get real sneaky with it, which with these tri-strikes I'd be very surprised, I think we're going to see the end of this push here.
Neymar's still here? He will go down though.
Yeah. Tiger
nearly gets picked by that auto bomb.
was close. They do get some early hits on. Potassium's weak as well. They're going to have to back off here. Potentially jumping out. No, they're going to use the sponge to do a retreat. I think jumping out would have been faster at this point. But doesn't matter. The rest of the team's able to pull their weight. We get a 2v1 happening. The push onto plant is not successful. I think that's going to stall Splatoon 2 Basketball's momentum. Yeah, we've got Latias backing off as well. Right side peeking around that side, but I don't think much is going to come of it.
Yeah, the stealth jump roller was looking like they went forward. Oh, that's what they're doing now. Could they put bubble on tower? No, they threw it onto the...
That's a good spot! Block. It actually covers the checkpoint perfectly. And that's really good because the big bubbler shrinks a lot faster on tower, so to be able to place it there and gain more cover from it is such a clutch play.
The roller has been hit by the spider color screen and they do get that jump, that's very crucial. And they do get the check though.
I mean, with the tri-strikes coming out here as well, they've got a good chance to pincer. However, Latias is pushed back by Neymar. The rest of the team is going to jump in and try and get those picks. Neymar's just hiding in that corner with the splash wall. It's going to help them stay alive.
Trizuka not able to get a pick either. They pick up the tactical though, so they should be able to build it up relatively quicker than normal. That's what they're straight doing. The trade comes out with 2 splashes, no strikes, no crab. Sniper Rider battle. Latias trying to get that pick backed off. Oh,
Neymar. They knew Neymar was there. They were looking for them, but they weren't able to snap on in time, and it was a very good pick. We do see 2 on Calomnie go down, make that 3 for 1. So we should see the push back to that first checkpoint, but there's plenty of firepower in play at the maximum range of the Sniper Rider. We're able to take the Tower Rider down there. Ooh, only a minute left as well. Calomnie looking like they might be able to hold on to this 7-point lead.
Yeah, I think they should be able to hold this out. If they just rotate their specials out nice and cleanly, you're going to attack the cooler, in case anyone dies, right back in. They don't get the tactical in the splash. That will take a while. But I think the splatter color screen will be an absolute game changer if they do end up getting pushed. Obviously, the 40 damage that can combo with the Sniper Rider, it will combo with the burst bomb of a Splash-O-Matic, and it can possibly combo with a Gal if they were to hit prior.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very good opportunity here. But 2 go down to the Zuka, and now the Sniper Rider has no ink. This is looking bad now.
PBZ's been holding on for so long for the team, and now they don't have any support. That is going to be a lead change, and unfortunately for Calomnie, Splatoon 2 Basketball are up in the base. This is a dangerous situation. It's just Neymar left to shut this one down. Literally just them left. They're fighting the entire team. They get 1, they get 2.
Oh,
they get
Neymar
3! Neymar with the clutch. I mean, there's only 10 seconds, so it's going to have to be a hell of an overtime push. But Neymar, the reason that Calomnie are even in this game right now, I mean, they've got to use that adrenaline to good use. They're not even past the halfway mark here, and there's strikes to contend with.
Splatter color screen has gone down. Not the most optimal place because it's not at the checkpoint. It will move forward, but it's at that low elevation. Fish is a very high elevation map. You see the Zuka is on the tent. They're striking the tower, and that's game.
Unfortunately for Calomnie, the number of specials that could just lock out the tower there were too prominent. That was a very last minute loss in control there. I don't know exactly what broke apart Calomnie's front line. We were too busy focused on their back line at the time. But that was that one critical moment where the 3 players went down and the Sniper Rider was out of ink. That's all it takes.
Well, yeah, as their backline went down, it was due to the Zuka shot from Rigby, I think. But as that happened, that was when I was talking about that splatter color screen from the squeezer. But they just got Zuka, so they couldn't do anything. That's another crucial part. They didn't really have many tower locking specials. They had tactical, they had splatter color screen, they had crab tank, which is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not something you can put near tower and win. Putting, like, I call them GG specials.
Yes.
Splatoon 2 Basketball had 2 at least, and that was Big Bubbler. You can just place that on tower and you're invincible.
Yeah.
And you had strikes, which you can time to not just like throw them all at once, where they all immediately strike at you. Throw, wait, and throw, and that'll absolutely delay it. For those, even if it's for like 1 second, that last second is so crucial. And
not only that, I'm pretty sure you can time them out such that the opponent just loses control of the tower. So it's very powerful in that regard. You almost have to throw a player at it just to keep overtime going, which is not what you want to have to be doing when you're in overtime.
Yeah, wasting a tactical proc on just keeping overtime alive, it's not optimal, especially since after they die, there's probably another strike that is bound to happen. There's not enough time for the tower to boost contest though, normally speaking. But when that new player hops on the tower, the old players jumping back, they'll be in the back lines and they'll probably either have no special or be halfway. But if they want to get the special, they have to go into their base at risk of dying. And they don't have tactical now, so...
Yeah, too risky. Alright, well, we are going through to championship point here. We are playing Clams on Robo Ramen. Now, you mentioned earlier this is a bit of an interesting map in how it's laid out. Do you want to talk us a bit more through that? I don't think you'll have long.
Well, when you look at Ramen, there is that one flank on the right, but it takes a really long, and it's very noticeable, especially in the late game. So really, the only good point of pushing here is through that main left choke. And like I said, it's kind of the same deal with Hagglefish. It's kind of a very high elevated map when it hits basket. So the splatter color screens could be good. Tri-strikes, not the best on this map because the spawn's pretty wide. But Crab Tank, very impressive. If Calomnie is running that, I'm really excited.
Oh, I love that costume. Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed someone was wearing the full VR gear.
Yeah, Dwift.
Amazing. And we've got Tiger bringing out the Stamper, which is something we have not seen at all this tournament so far.
They do go down though, unfortunately. But this isn't any normal Stamper, this is the Crab Tank Stamper. I was just talking about. The Crab Tank can be very oppressive on Robo Ramen because it's definitely not as high vertically as other maps like Sturgeon, Shipyard, or Hagglefish that we had. But it's low enough for Crab Tank to get those bomb lobs over and even just getting full off.
Yeah, alright, well we see Splatoon 2 Buffball, they were putting a push together, but they lose 2 on the enemy plat. So they're gonna have to pull back to mid. They're using a special to maintain that space as well. I mean, yeah, they're just hanging out at the moment. They've got tactical now, so they might try something.
A little bit surprised we don't see a Umbrella coming out from Reach. I have seen him use it in opens quite a bit. And it's very good for modes like Clamblip, because it is a mode where you need to get to base to actually count down the objective, and the tent shield is very strong if you have special luck.
Right, well, yeah, no luck there from the Stamper. Getting picked out by the Sniper Rider combo early. 2 down, and make that 3 down. This is a good chance for Calomnie. They don't, Calomnie. They don't have many clans at the moment. They're gonna have to juggle a power clan here, but they've got control of the enemy plat, and that's the first step to making a push happen.
Yeah, this is they've got them in a good spot here. The Sniper Rider just sitting up on near the left choke, but they're getting pushed now, and they do go down. But trading the roller, that's good. They have enough pain. If they get rid of this shot, they could make a push.
The suction bombs are making it too hard. Yeah, the suction bombs, the bombs just being placed on that little ledge. It was the only avenue of access. It was not safe to push through. That was very well played by Splatoon 2 Buffball. It was a very precarious situation. And not only did they manage to stall it out, but now they've completely flipped the tables. Tiger's in a very aggressive position, maybe not the most safe position. That should be complete mid-control to Splatoon 2 Buffball. I'm surprised they don't have more clans to their name considering the wipeout.
Yeah, at the end of that whole confrontation, most of the clans were occupied by Calomnie. But obviously when you die, you only drop 3 clans.
I thought you dropped half.
Not in my experiences. I've always, when I've had 7 and I die, I've always dropped 3.
I mean, that would round down. Anyway, we'll move forward with this. It looks like, yeah, we're returning to a neutral game. Ooh, lovely sharking from the roller. Manages to catch 2. 3 actually.
3 down. They have big bubble.
Yep, this should be a dunk, and it is. Special goes up as well. They've got plenty of opportunities to jump. Only 2 players, so they're probably not going to be getting many points in, if any at all. No, the AUNZ has wisely decided to leave. And I don't think they even get out of that. Actually, they maybe should have gone for the points at that point. They've completely conceded mid only for a dunk. I don't know if that's positive.
Oh, well, the thing is, I was saying about this map, it is very hard to unless you can get the wipe without a tacticooler in play, because the spawn is very close to the basket. It's very easy to get back to a defensive position on this map. And when you don't have that tacticooler and you get a wipe, that's 4 seconds of spawn time. And that's plenty of time. In a game like Splatoon, that's plenty of time to get clams, make a power, and just push in. And we see that as a whole team comes down to another dunk. They do get it, but 2 goes down. They do have 6 clams. Can they get one in? They get a lot in.
We love some extras. That's always nice to see. Yeah, I mean, it looks like pushes are going to be very short in this game, although I think Calomnie are going to have to extend a push if they're going to try and take this one back. It is championship point at this point. They have to win this right now, and that's going to have to start with a few picks from this Trizuka.
The big bubble comes down. Neymar Jr. in the thick of it.
Oh,
but the cross map from the machine.
Beautiful shot. Does trade out with the roller, but that's 3 down. It's a good opportunity. We've got the jumps coming in as well. They are cooled up.
And keep in mind, Pity is still in play for Calomnie. I don't know if they can get a dunk though. 1 is down, but 2's down on basketball. Tiger goes down. It's just the roller shocking on the left side. They don't know he's there. The roller's there. They get the dunk. The roller's still there though. Can they get rid of the roller? The power clam not able to be grabbed.
Oh, that was so close.
The tacticooler was there, but there's not enough time to get back. That is going to be a shutout from Splatoon 2 basketball. It's so close. Unless they can generate a power clam. There's 8. They have 8
They
clams.
have one. They have one.
They still have Pity. It's overtime. Neymar Jr. on defensive. They
It's a desperate play, but it's working.
Neymar down. It's down. Everyone's down. The basket's down.
They just need 1 clam. They have it. No. Yes. They did it.
They got it.
Amazing.
Calomnie, the adrenaline comes in clutch.
Oh.
They're able to get the 3 down. Even with the tactical, that was a huge win for Calomnie. That'll give him some momentum back in their favor.
Oh my goodness, you'll love to see it. Just when all hope was lost, they managed to scrounge together that 1 power clam. They only needed 1 extra clam. They lost most of their players, but they had just enough to make it happen. You'll love to see it.
That was a very good match from both teams. Like I said, this map was very hard to push on unless you got that triple or squad wipe. And that is how they just won this match. Keep in mind, they were at 100. They hadn't scored that whole game. Basketball got 2 dunks in and they got it down 64. And you'll know why they didn't extend that lead. Is because when they took those pushes, only 2 of them are down. And I'm pretty sure Tacticooler was on in those deaths, so they were able to come back into the fight really quick. But when Calomnie got that push down, they were able to push up with the power clams and get the kills at the same time, which not only extended the the death, I wouldn't say animation, the time it takes
Respawn
from
time.
your death to get to the player, and then the tactical respawns come to play. They're already at the basket, but then it was very, very clutch for that last clam. They didn't get that other second power clam, the Pity power clam in. But I don't know who it was who scored that last one. That was very close. And just huge props to Calomnie for making that come.
I wonder how different the game would have been if that second power clam went in on Calomnie's first push. Because then they might have taken a more defensive stance and Splatoon Basketball might have been able to take that last overtime victory. There's so many permutations. We're moving on to Rainmaker. It's our redesigned Undertow Spillway for Rainmaker. I'm gonna take a negative stance for the first time this stream and say I don't like the changes they did to Rainmaker Undertow. It was one of my favorite Rainmaker maps, and they took away the slick on the slow path.
Yes,
so
I completely agree with that.
It's so much more snowbally now, and leads to a lot, like, you're gonna see 3 down and then the Rainmaker's just gonna end up knocked out. I don't know who's gonna do that though. We haven't seen these teams play Rainmaker against each other yet. It's all to play for.
Yeah, I really agree with you. The Undertow Spillway rework, it's really unfortunate because they've actually pseudo-nerfed the other routes, the big ramp, because that's also uninkable.
There's no reason to take big ramp now. Like, it takes just as long and it's uninkable. Why would you go towards the enemy spawn? It's silly. Alright.
I think one good thing about Undertow Rainmaker is that it's kind of, what's the word? inspires non-campy with the Rainmaker type of gameplay. Because you don't actually get like barely any Rainmaker points if you just like sit middle and just spam range. And I think that's really good map design on the first half.
Yes.
But the real issue with Undertow is that it's so bland and it's so small. And that's
Don't get me
really
wrong,
something.
I love Rainmaker Undertow. It's one of my favorite Rainmaker maps in Splatoon 3. Just wish they didn't do the change they did. Anyway, we are starting off with Calomnie in control and at a player advantage. They're not going to be able to reach checkpoint with Rigby firing on them there. That is going to shut down in our lovely new nuke that we have expanded. And that should allow for Splatoon 2 Basketball to move back into mid. It's not much of a lead, but they take it. Two specials ready to go to defend with now.
We take note of what I said before. Look at the points. Look where Rigby was able to kill Calomnie's Rainmaker before, like just in that corner. They were at 97. However, they do get this checkpoint break though, but 3 of them go down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good checkpoint break to get out of the way early on, especially now that the path past it is a lot quicker. So I think that's very pivotal to get early on. Calomnie setting themselves up for a good game in the back half.
Yeah, if they can just balance these Zukas, we do have double Zuka.
Neymar went for it.
Two of them goes down,
Neymar,
but they are attacked.
yeah, wasn't quite able to get there in time, but is in an unexpected position, is able to get some early splats here. They do go down. There's 2 up on either side, which means we're not going to see much Rainmaker movement, especially with the Sniper Rider watching. We've got the Shark as well that has been spotted, so they're going to have to pop their special to keep themselves up. Probably not what Splatoon Basketball wanted, but they do have a player advantage at this point, so they're probably not too upset.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if this roller can get those picks like that. This is Undertow Spillway. Unfortunately, they go down to the sloshing machine. But
There's
if
only
that
one
roller-
left. That's the wipeout.
That's a wipeout.
It's a free checkpoint. And
We've
we've got a lot
really
more
excited.
mobility options here too, so let's see what they do with it. Ooh! Zuka's going to be able to scare off the pencil, and that is lead because of it. And now look at that.
Oh, the squid roll! The squid roll comes through, and it get a lot of points off that newly not unflippable place.
Absolutely. Alright, they probably
that's why the
going
map.
to see a back off here. I would be very surprised if they went all in to hunt this one down while it was in the enemy base. Yeah, the Rainmaker has dropped down at this point. Roller is in the back path anyway, because why not? Takes a clean double. They've got their big bubbler ready to go. Yeah, I think they're in trouble here. This is a trade at best.
Championship points. This is championship points on the line for Basketball. The beacon goes down, but oh, I thought more people was down there to make it for Basketball. But they're able to take out Neymar Tiger with that T-Tech. Tri-Strikes not opting for another Zuka.
Yeah,
Said.
don't hate that. I mean,
Probably-
Splat Bomb also very useful on this map as well. Lots of places you can roll a bomb over to get that extra bit of peek. With
Yeah,
a
it
minute 30 left, there's not a lot of options for Calomnie here. They're really fenced in.
Yeah, we could see Neymar Jr. He was sharking there for a while, and he does get the pick onto the T-Tech and gets the roller, but they were tactical.
Yeah,
So they'll be
tactical
tactical
is
quite really good.
tactical, man. So strong for this kind of thing. We have a pretty dominant control of mid from Calomnie at this point, though Tiger's in a good position to question that control. They managed to survive a pencil shot to the face. Tactical comes out, so that's going to be a quick respawn, but it's just time off Calomnie's clock. They've only got 1 minute, and they need another showstopper overtime to make this happen.
Yeah, the strikes come out, sorry. The strikes come out, and they're suppressing Calomnie, but they're not able to actually get picks. And given the time to kill on strikes, it is very quick. Like,
Yes.
I've played all...
Whoa, Tiger
Honestly,
almost gained the triple. Sorry,
That's
continue.
very unlucky. That's all good. That was a good play from Tiger. The fact that tri-strikes can kill that quickly and it's off of one strike honestly feels really like unfair in certain situations. But that's why it's such a good special.
I mean,
in
well,
those,
when
like,
coordinated well, it can do so much damage. That is 3
Yeah.
down on Calomnie. I do not think there's much of a chance of an overtime. Drift is hanging out near the Rainmaker, which is making Autospec think that they're going to pick it up. But why would they? They've got a big bubbler right in front. They pick it up for funsies. They're going to go for a run with it. And that is Splatoon 2 Basketball closing out this tournament.
that was a very dominant win there for Bathball. They're able to get that checkpoint after Calomnie got the checkpoint first. So it was a good comeback for them to take back the map. They're able to break through that checkpoint. And then, obviously, the Rainmaker Carrier lifts with that huge squid roll at the end. I think he must be using some intensify action there because they had very little ink. But that was a beautiful squid roll to get so many points on the board. Imagine how different this match could have played out, though, if that slip was there. Because they just swam right through that.
I mean, I don't know how much it would have changed. In this case specifically, we didn't see a single push past the checkpoint for Calomnie, so it didn't matter as much. But, you know, it's when it comes down to both teams have pushed past the checkpoint, but how far do they make it? That's when it's, like, really into play, I think.
Yeah, it was a very good match for both teams, though.
Yeah, oh, I mean, like, spectacular, and, like, just thinking back to that Clams match as well, like, that was the hyper set of the night for sure. I think our three top teams were pretty even in skill level for the most part. I mean, we can prove it because Calomnie was taken out by... Oh, now I gotta remember all the team names. They were taken out by Meow Meow I'm a Cow in round 1, but then they were able to 3-0 them later on, and Meow Meow I'm a Cow took 2 points off Splatoon Bathball in their opening set. Like, these teams are all very close in skill level. I think it just comes down to those minor moments, those moments of brilliance for our individual players, those clutch picks that really determined the day today.
Yeah, it was really unlucky we couldn't put that first match between Calomnie and Meow Meow I'm a Cow, because if we look back at that set, Calomnie 3-0'd I'm a Cow, but then they also, they lost to Meow Meow I'm a Cow. And I really want to see how much different the gameplay was. Because if they were able to beat them in a game 3, granted, but then lose to get reverse swept, believe it or not, so Splatoon 2 Bath Bomb, and then get swept by Calomnie again, who they previously beat, I kind of want to see what their point of view on that would be, Meow Meow I'm a Cow's, at least. Because that's got to be really devastating when you win that first match. You're like, yes, we got momentum. We just beat a French team. French people are good. And then you go up against the Australian team. You go, yeah, 2-up. They DC first game. We're going to win. Yeah. And then you get 3-0. You get reverse swept. Like, oh, no, you're joking.
And then to get bumped down to losers and to get 2-0'd as well. To get 3-0'd. Yeah, brutal.
From the team they already beat prior. They got 3-0'd when they are expecting themselves to win that match, and it's like, it really
at least some closeness.
Shoots something in the gunner. Yeah, it really just shoots them in the heart just for that bit of mentality.
Well, that is gonna do it for the tournament. Thank you very much for joining me today, Eidos, and thank you to our 4 teams as well. I know some of you are in chat at the very least. And yeah, we got to see some really good games today. We got to see the game at its best, and I'm very happy that we did. Do you have any closing notes on the tournament?
I think my closing notes would be always expect the unexpected from some of these teams. We saw Luna Blaster Mains come out and we saw the zip casting Luna on Mahi Mahi Resort painting the zone, and unfortunately that didn't get them the win. It did actually add a huge penalty time to Splatoon 2 Bath Bomb. And there's also heavy edit Splatling. They chose that over the cooler. Over the Sniper Rider on a pretty horizontal map, and the Sniper Rider has very good distance. So I think it's always nice to expect the unexpected. Like I said, it's sometimes you're gonna get mind gamed by these teams. Like we saw in this final set here, Bath Bomb and Calomnie hadn't fought each other yet, and Bath Bomb did drop that one game, probably because they weren't expecting the kind of comp and the play style of these French players, but they're able to adapt to that very quick, and I think that's what really sealed the deal with the skill and the determination from both teams to get the victory here.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. Excellent stuff. All right, well, I've been Yeso, and
I've been Eidos.
We will see you next time.
Thanks for coming around.